Good afternoon, YouTube. It's me again, Ty, and I hope everyone has had a great Sunday. Hope everyone has had a great day today. I'm just getting home from church and just got finished feeding my face, and I'm nice and full and nice and cozy in my little blanket on my couch. And hubby just left to help my daughter go and get some couches for her apartment. So I figured I'd jump on and do a quick update. I said I didn't think I'd be able to do an update for another couple of weeks because I wasn't supposed to have my doctor's appointment until the 26th. But there has been a new development in this saga. Before I get to that part, I do want to say that I said last time that I would talk about briefly what natural remedies I was doing or am doing in order to remove the blockage from my fallopian tubes. And if you didn't see my first video about this whole block tubes thing, then go back to my first one and catch up, and then join us back for this one. But let's just say when I started this whole journey, I was taking a whole lot of vitamins and enzymes, and I mean, if I heard about it, I was taking it, because at this point in my life I really wanted to be proactive about making this happen. And of course I didn't have anything to lose. I had just gone through a failed IVF cycle, and hold on, sorry about all these bells and whistles and crap, because stuff is popping up on my screen. Anyway, and so in the beginning I was very proactive about taking this and taking that, and yeah, taking everything. So I'm going to try to remember in my mind what I took. And if I can think about it, I will go back in my description box and I will list the places that I got some things from, and I will list the things that I was taking in the beginning. So let me try to remember this list. I was taking red clover. I was taking maca root, royal jelly. I took astragalus root for a short period of time, and that is supposed to be for fluid in your tubes. If you have tubes that have been diagnosed as having fluid in them, and the way I think they say to describe that is they look like sausages, and you'll have to look at your own films and see what they look like, or if the doctor has told you that your tubes are just fluid filled. Astragalus root has been one of the more popular methods or remedies for that. So look into that definitely. The royal jelly and the maca root was for egg quality. I'm almost 43, so it was very important for me to build my egg quality, and that was one of the things that they said that was wrong with me trying to conceive, was my egg reserve was very low. The red clover, I want to say, was more of a something to do with unblocking the tubes. Look into it, because I don't remember. I haven't taken that since I started in September. I think I took one bottle and was done with it. I took vitamin E. I took vitamin C. I think I took vitamin D. I took CoQ10 and DHEA, which those are also good for egg quality. What else did I take? I took Wobenzyme. Wobenzyme is supposed to be an enzyme that removes adhesions and blockage. I have not taken that in a very long time, or I would show you the bottle, but it's Wobenzyme. You can order that off of Amazon, and I've also seen it on eBay. Another one, which I've been taking this since September, and I've kept this as a part of my regimen because I really believe the testimonies I've heard that a lot of people that have gotten pregnant and their tubes have been unblocked using this. And I'm going to show you what this is. It's called Serrapeptase. Let's see. Hopefully you can, it's looking backwards to me, so hopefully you can see it. Serrapeptase, and I get Doctor's Best high potency Serrapeptase. There are others that are not high potency, but this one is like 120 international unit, 120,000 international units. Quick story about this. There are a lot of people that take different doses. The actual dosage is One capsule, I want to say 3 times a day because I really don't even see where it says. Anyway, one capsule 3 times a day. However, there have been many, many, many people online that take upwards of, whereas this is 120,000 international units, people are taking like 1 million, 2 million. I'm going to say this, and this is a disclaimer. All of the stuff that I have named, do your own research and consult your own physician before taking any of this stuff that I'm talking about. So don't come back later and say, well, you told. No. Do your own research. Find out what works for your body. Do your research. Consult your physician. This is not just, buy everything you can and take it. Now, I'm going to be honest. I did. I bought everything I could buy and I took everything I could take without consulting anybody. I don't advise anyone to do that because you can have adverse reactions. And a lot of people say, well, you can't have side effects from enzymes. I don't necessarily think that that's true. I just know that everybody's bodies are different. And if you're going to take something, be educated about what you take. Don't just throw stuff in your body because you're so wanting to get pregnant. And trust me, I understand. I really understand. But what I also understand is that you don't want to make something worse and hurt yourself trying to follow after everybody else's recommendations when you haven't done your own research. So research. Check with your physician. And if you are researching and you check with your physician and all is clear, still listen to your body because your body will tell you. I've had people say that they take one pill and they're throwing up all morning. Listen to your body. Let's see. So that's the number one is the serrapeptase for the blockage of the tubes. I've taken something called Nattokinase, Nattokinase. It's also supposed to be for blocked fallopian tubes. You can look that up. I may even, if I can remember now, don't hold me to this. If I can remember, I will leave it in my description box. Let's see. There's a tea. Well, the prenatal vitamin, first and foremost. There's also Chinese herbs. This is called Xian. I can't pronounce it, but that's what it is. And it's in combination with another one. And I don't know what I did with that bottle, but you take it in combination. If you Google this, it should bring both of them up together. And I'm sure if you go like to Baby Center or something like that, they can tell you what goes with that, because I can't remember. Also, because I have been diagnosed with, I was taking iron. I think I said vitamin E already. I was taking melatonin. I haven't taken that in forever, and the bottle is pretty much still full. There's also another one called Women's Best Friend. Look that up on Google. It's an overall women's fertility, female reproductive system cleanser, toner. It also helps with unblocking fallopian tubes. I was also taking something called Dongquai, DONGQUAI. So research that, look into that. There's also a place that I love, and it's called, also Fertility CM. And this is to promote, increase your fertility fluid. Your fertility fluid is your cervical mucus, which allows for the sperm to get where it's supposed to go. And if you have a problem with that, that's also I've taken it or have been taking it for a month or so. I don't necessarily know that I was having a problem, but I wanted to see it more because I wasn't seeing it as much as I wanted to. I haven't noticed a difference, but then I've known people to say that they've noticed a great difference. Look it up, investigate, research, consult your physician, and see if it works for you. There's another place online called Radiant Wonder, radiantwonder.com. Those people are the absolute best. They're awesome. It's all natural. They have tons of therapies or medications that unblock fallopian tubes, regulate your hormones, all that stuff. Call them. Well, first of all, look them up online, radiantwonder.com. And you can schedule a free consultation, and they will literally talk to you on the phone, go by your diagnosis, and ask you really good questions about your overall health, your activities, and and they can help you figure out a routine and a regimen that's best for you. And they don't just do the initial consultation. They will talk to you as much as you want to. If you call them and want to talk and find out what's going on with your body, if you're having adverse reactions, whatever the case may be, they will talk to you. They don't just try to sell you stuff, and they don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. And I really love them. So for me, I'm taking something called, I don't know if you can see it, Cinnamon Poria. I'm taking, in addition to that, I'm taking Clear Flow. These are both for your tubes. I'm not taking that. And Super Fertility number 5. And this is supposed to be for egg quality and warming up your insides to create a warm environment for your uterus and your reproductive system, because they call it, if it's not been active, or it's secluded, in other words, and it can get cold and non-productive, but you need something to warm it up. So that's for warming it up and increase your egg quality. Lastly, I'm going to talk about castor oil. Castor oil massage, fertility massage, and castor oil packs. Basically what I do with this is I have a wool flannel cloth that I've soaked in castor oil. Put it in a bowl, soak it in castor oil, heat it up, don't burn yourself, but heat it up, and then place the heated castor oil cloth over your abdomen. And look it up online, because they can show you exactly what that is. You can YouTube that. Place a plastic bag or something on top of that soaked cloth, and then put your heating element, whether it's a heating pad, heating bottle, on top of that. Wrap up in a blanket and lay there for about an hour and let it do what it's going to do. And then afterwards, what I would do is do a fertility massage. Look that up online. Fertility massage. It is great for breaking up adhesions. It's great for blocking fallopian tubes. It's good for circulation in that area. Yeah. So I've taken up 25,000 minutes probably just talking about what I've done, and that was not what I intended to do. But I said I would do that, and I want to be true to my word. So let's get back to the real reason why I made this video. I made this video because, like I said, I wasn't going to update until after my appointment, the 26th. So I called the doctor's office on Wednesday of this past week to let them know that I was still hoping that they would be able to fit me in as on a cancellation list if they had anyone cancel. And at first she said no. So I said, oh, okay, fine, I'll wait. Calls me back 10 minutes later and says, we have a cancellation at 1. Can you come in? It's now 11:30. And I'm like, I will be there. Hubby couldn't make it work. So I went. And of course, they talked about the whole year 43, egg quality and all that. And I'm like, I get it. And I get it. You know, I can't think that they're going to be like, well, you're great, everything's perfect, because they get paid to give you all the facts that they have. However, I'm a believer, number one, and I also realize that there are plenty of women that are over 42 that have babies every single day, so I'm not going to let that stop me. So he got finished with his spiel, and then he goes on to talk about everything that he's thinking about wanting to do. And he's basically said that IVF would be the absolute last option. He didn't want to go that route because of my age and the decreased success rates. Let him talk. Let him say what he's going to say. I'm fine with that. So he goes on to tell me that he wants to do a laparoscopy and a hysterosalpingogram, which basically the HSG is going to throw the dye through the tubes to see if the tubes are patent or open. And I'm really believing and hoping that all of this stuff that I've been doing has at least made a dent in what's going on in here. I promise you, if it has not, I will be livid, because I have spent money and time and effort into doing this religiously for the most part. And it would just really hurt my feelings if I've been putting forth all this effort and nothing has happened. I will be destroyed. So he's going to do that. Initially, I thought that he was only going to do the HSG, and it was something that he was saying called a Novi. I wasn't sure what that was, so I called back and asked about what that was because I wanted to research it. So she says, oh, sure, he's going to do a HSG and he's with the Novi, and then he's going to do a laparoscopy. And I'm like, wait, what? I didn't know I was going to get cut open. And I freaked out. I literally had an emotional moment. I didn't cry, but I was wigging out in my mind, and I had to call one of my girlfriends and be like, hey, yeah, I need to. And I'm going to tell you why. Some of it was because I didn't really realize he was going to have to cut me open, because I thought, I'm going to get this done, get up, go home. The second part was I have had this done before. I had that done in 1998. No. 1999. 1999. Anyway, I had it done in 1999 and it didn't work. And I was devastated. The physician said he could not get it to pass through the wire, couldn't get it to do anything. And so I think some of that was playing back in my mind, like, okay, I've done this before. What's the difference now? But then I have to remember, I've been doing things that I didn't know I could do back then. And so maybe that's made the difference, and I'm praying that it has. Number two, I also believe that there's a time and a place for everything. And I believe that when it's your time for something to happen, it will. So I'm praying that this is the time. So I found out that information. They did blood work. They did what's called an AMH. And basically that is to see if your egg quality by your blood work is even worth the chance of even trying to go through with anything. And basically he kind of let me know that if it's not, then I think he's going to not want to do it, which bothers me, because I don't feel like because of a blood test that you should rule me out. But he has a right to do, I don't know. I'm going to believe again by faith that my AMH is fine. I had one done last year that was perfectly fine, but I know things can happen throughout the year. I would say, if anything, I've done a lot more for my health this year than I did last year. So we're waiting for those results. And we'll see, but I'm praying and believing, so I need y'all to pray too. What else? Oh, I also talked to him about the fact that I have been diagnosed with, I have so many things going on. I talked to him about the fact that I had been diagnosed with incompetent cervix, and I told him about the research I had been doing and about the whole TAC versus TVC, and he assured me that he's been doing this for 30 years, and he's one of the best in Knoxville, Tennessee. So he's been doing this for 30 years, and he said that he's had 0 people that have lost a pregnancy with the traditional McDonald cerclage. I don't know how I feel about it all right now, because I've already gone through a preterm pregnancy that resulted, a preterm delivery that resulted in my child dying at 5 weeks because I had an incompetent cervix. And I'm not sure, I know I don't want to go through that again ever, but I'm not sure. I'm really up in the air on that. So it's going to take, but I know I have bigger things to think about between now and then. So I'm not really that destroyed over it. That's one of those things I'm going to have to really commit to prayer and thought. And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that right now, because I'm so scared of that. No one wants to go through that ever. And I don't want to go through it a second time. I just don't. But what I will say is this. Stay off the internet. I'm saying that, but I know I'm guilty of it. Stay off the internet trying to looking for stuff, because if you're looking for it hard enough, you'll find it. And just like my doctor said, people can have very lopsided views on the internet. You're going to find something on pros and cons on each side, depending on the way the wind is blowing at the moment. If you see somebody that's, if you're looking for information on TAC, a trans-abdominal cerclage, you're going to find people that are against it. You're looking up information on a transvaginal cerclage, you're going to find people against it. So you're going to get tossed to and fro. My husband said that he would rather just rely on the advice and the expertise of our physician. And I understand that. However, I don't know. And I'm not even going to really worry about it for the next week and a half, because right now I'm just waiting for my AMH to come back. So that doctor's appointment will be on May the 25th, actually a day ahead of my actual appointment. And because one of the things he said is he wanted to move aggressively because he wants to get me pregnant because of my age. I'm sure that the procedure itself would be done the next week. I don't think he's going to want to wait 2-3 more weeks for something to happen. So I'm sure if I go in May 25th, he's probably going to want to have the procedure the next Friday or so. And I'm glad about that, because that'll be a week before my birthday. By my birthday, I'll be able to walk around and do all my normal activities. I think that's it. I really think that's it. But what I do want to say, ladies, whether you are married, or I can't take for granted that everyone on here is married, whoever you're trying to have a child with, make sure you communicate. Make sure you communicate your feelings, your feelings, because this is a hard process. I don't care what anybody says. This is a difficult process, and if you haven't gone through it, you don't know what you're going to feel. You don't know how you're going to feel. But it's a difficult process. And the whole time that I've been going through this, I kind of felt like I was the only one that had the feelings about it, and I was the only one that was emotional or going through the everyday emotions of it. And come to find out, I had a really honest conversation with my husband about a week or so ago. And come to find out, he's been holding on to guilt because he felt like by now he should be able to get me pregnant. And I'm like, you're not the one with the plumbing issues that I know of, or that either one of us know of. I'm the one that's holding this process up. So it hurt my feelings, because I don't ever want him to feel like that, like he's doing something wrong. And then he also expressed his desire, or how he felt about really, really wanting a baby. And, the whole emotional toll that takes when you go every month. And like I said, I feel like I was the only one feeling anything. And lo and behold, here he was holding on to stuff and feeling things that I hadn't even known about. So in this process of trying to have a baby and trying to, make it happen, talk to each other, make sure that you're on the same page and that you know how each other feels. Don't let that communication gap get closed. That's not what I'm trying to say. Keep the lines of communication open at all costs. It may hurt. You may be digging up some old wounds or even some current wounds by talking about it, but you have to, because if not, you and this person are the only people that are experiencing this together. You can talk to other people, but that person that you're with, you're facing that with them, and they need to know that they have a safe place to go to talk. So open that communication line up and communicate. I don't think that I will be back to update until I find out these test results. I don't think I will. I might just have a tangent one day and come up here and want to scream and holler. I hope that never happens, but hey. In the meantime, I hope everyone is great. And like I said, I will try my best to remember to put this stuff in the description box. If you have any questions or would like for me to discuss anything, I'm going to leave my email address so that you can feel free to email me and I'll talk about it the next time. Otherwise, I don't know how long this is because I haven't even looked at the clock yet. But have a great day. Have an awesome day. And I will talk to you soon.